The man took the body he bought to the hospital. He begged the doctor to save the body. He was willing to pay whatever it took to save the body. In the face of the exorbitant fee, the doctors came to the operating room to save the body. Even though the patient was not breathing, the doctors insisted on operating because they want to get money from the patient's family. So the doctors started pretending to be busy, and they asked the men to go out and buy medicine. They had to buy them at the designated pharmacy next to the hospital. There were more than 20 kinds of medicines on the list. It cost the man 2 years of his salary, but what he didn't know was, the doctor sent the medicines back to the pharmacy. He made a small profit by this method. Then the doctor told the man he needed to pay another 300,000 yuan in fees. Because of the patient's special condition, a famous medical expert must be called in to save the patient. And so the man spent 3 more years of his salary. But in the operating room, the doctors were chatting together. Every now and then they would come out and disguise themselves. They kept asking the man to pay the medical bills. When the man's savings were completely spent, the doctor would tell the man with a sad face, "The patient is not breathing. He can't be saved." This is exactly what the man wanted to do. He took out a death certificate from his pocket. It says the patient died a day ago. So what were you doctors doing for 10 hours? Seeing that the scandal was exposed, the doctor grabbed the death certificate and put it in his mouth. But the man took out a few more from his pocket. The doctor knew that this was not the way to go on, so he coaxed the man to the office to negotiate. But not long after the man arrived at the office, the doctor found some assassins to kill him. But in the end, the man fought them all off, because he had been preparing for this day of revenge for 3 years. 3 years ago, the man's wife had an accident while giving birth. The man sent his wife to this hospital, but the doctors only wanted money. They didn't care about the patients who were about to lose their lives. In the end, the man spent all his savings but couldn't save his wife. So from that day on, the man decided to make the bad doctors pay. To avenge the death of his wife and all the victims' families, the man demanded $300 million from the doctor to compensate all the victims. The doctor had no choice but to fulfill all the man's demands. Seeing that all the victims had been compensated, the man went public with the scandal. People took to the streets. They denounced the bad doctor's behavior. In the end, the owner of the hospital lay dead on the ground. No one knows who did it.